And strangely enough, another poem by Munna Pulele Bakeng was also banned. So there was no way, it appeared, that I could escape the scissors and the censure of the apartheid rulers of our country. Then, during my first term of banning and house arrest, the first 3 years, I almost went into a cocoon, because when you are banned, firstly, the people say, where there is smoke, there is a fire. If he's banned under the Suppression of Communism Act, then obviously he is a communist. And of course, this was the brush that we were all being painted by. I was not the only guy. There were about 73 banned people in 1973 only. Manas Buthelezi was one, but he was only banned for 3 weeks after some churches made some advances to the government. This guy was unbanned. Steve Biko was also banned in that year. Mapetla Mohapi, Abram Tiro, 8 SASO people were banned, 8 NUSA students were banned, and 8 from my group called Black Thoughts were also banned. Ahmad Dango, Farouk Asfat, Mate Diseko, Glenn Masukwana, and others. They fled, they left the country. I, of course, could not flee, and I had to stay, and I became very, very ill during the very first 3 years of my banning. Then the Star newspaper graciously fought hard for me, got me back. The house arrest was lifted. I could now work in the newspaper, but I could not write any stories. I could not even put headlines to the stories that I had subbed. I could only answer telephones, make appointments, and make inquiries. But obviously, I disobeyed that. Without the editor knowing, I wrote articles under another pseudonym, Joe Williams, and these were my articles were published. One such powerful article on black consciousness drew the attention of the security police, and then a man who's now resigned, General Johan Coetzee, who was my chief interrogator in 1976 and 77 when I was detained, he had a court inquiry. He spoke to say that Don Mattera is banned, and yet he is busy writing subversive stuff in the newspaper without his editor knowing. That means that this man had actually studied my style of writing. He knew the way I wrote. So it just shows you that censorship is not just the publication's man who sits up there and looks at your work. It is also the police informer. It is also the agent provocateur. It is also the agent